Hi everyone, it's Tremia, and this is my first Q&A. I appreciate everybody sending in the questions and everything, and I'm going to start just basically, I think, kind of like in the order that they came in. It might be switched up a little just so it'll make more sense in how I'm answering them. The first one, though, is when was I diagnosed with lupus? Okay, this is year 2010. I started having problems in the year 2003, and I think in 2004 is when we got the final diagnosis. So, 6, 7 years. Um, what were my first symptoms? For this time period, for me to get the actual diagnosis of lupus, the first thing that happened to me um, it was really bad. I lost the eyesight in my right eye. I knew, something was funny was happening, and I knew my vision was kind of off, but I just thought, well, I need to get my eyes checked and, needed to get my glasses, get a new prescription. But it just kept on kind of getting worse. And then one day I happened to be sitting at my desk and had my eye covered, my left eye, and my right eye was opened, and I could not see anything except maybe like this little corner on the inside of my eye. Everything else was gone. I mean, I was blind in that eye. And from that, I called my ophthalmologist, not an optometrist, it was my ophthalmologist, and he diagnosed it as optic neuritis. That was like at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I was into a neurologist by 3 o'clock that afternoon, and I was in the hospital by 5 o'clock that afternoon. That is just how quick it went. And they put me in the hospital to do plasmapheresis, to take out the antibodies out of my blood that were attacking my vision, which was attacking my optic nerve. And usually optic neuritis is associated with multiple sclerosis. So they thought, for the first year, they thought I had MS. But I was going through all the treatments, I was doing the rebiff, I was doing all the MS stuff, and I knew it was not the correct diagnosis. And my husband and I, we knew it wasn't right, and we just kept on pushing forward, and finally, found a doctor, which is my doctor today still, and she's wonderful. And it's rare, but optic neuritis can show up in lupus, and I was diagnosed with systemic lupus erythematosus. How long did it take for you to be diagnosed once you began having the symptoms? And so that was a year, for me to get the correct diagnosis. However, I can look back through my entire life, back to being a child. My mom can look back to me being a baby and see times of illness that were never diagnosed or treated. They didn't know what to do or say. It's like, oh, she's, it's growing pains, that's why she's in so much pain. Or, she's growing, it's just that time of her life, she's going to be fatigued. Teenagers take more rest. Just all that kind of stuff. And, just we never did get a diagnosis. My mom said she never was satisfied. She always kind of knew in the back of her head that there was something else there, and which there was. So what we say is that I probably had the lupus since birth. Like, it didn't come on at a specific time during my life that I was born with it. What was your life like before lupus compared to the way it is now? A complete turnaround. I mean, like right now I'm sitting here and I probably look normal, or probably, I think I kind of look pretty good tonight. I got on makeup. We just got back from a wedding, but I can barely walk because I did some stuff. I did a little bit more activity, and my legs are not supporting me, so even in the house I'm not able to walk by myself, which is very, very unusual. But I mean, I was a super mom. Um, I before this all happened, I worked a 40+ hour work week. I took care of my son. I ran the household. I did everything I possibly could do to be the best wife. Dwayne and we got married in the year 2000, and so we had a couple of good years before all hell broke loose. And I kept on going and going and going. And then finally things started happening that was making me slow down. And, I was getting sick and wasn't getting better, and we didn't know why. Um, but, to me, life was, it was really good. And, I was a single parent from the time Sheldon was about 18 months old until uh, he was almost 12 years old. And, I worked and did everything that I had to do to raise my son and to give him the best life I possibly could. And when we got married, Dwayne and he told me I was going to have to slow down because he couldn't keep up with me. I was so used to going and fast forward that it took me a long time to realize that I had somebody that was going to help me. So, I mean, and now um, I'm homebound. Um, I'm not able to drive. Uh, my days usually consist of I get up like at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm more mentally alert in the morning, and have better better physically, and might be able to do a load of laundry. But by noon, I'm back in bed, and I sleep or rest the afternoon until Dwayne gets home, which is usually around between 5 and 6. And then in the evening, Dwayne will cook dinner. I'm not able, really to do that. Dwayne will cook dinner, and I'll be in the living room, and we'll eat together and watch TV together, or sit and just talk, all of us as a family. But I mean, that's going from completely running the household, paying the bills, going to the grocery store, doing laundry, keeping the house clean, keeping the car up, doing all that work that you have to do in the day's time, taking your shower, fixing your hair, getting your makeup on, a normal life to where I can do one activity a day. I mean, that load of laundry would be it. Today I knew that we had to go to the wedding, and so I knew I was going to have my hair fixed and put on my makeup and put on, something other than pajamas. I was going to have to be able to make a 30-minute ride there and a 30-minute ride back, and be able to set up for an hour to 2 hours. And I'm in severe pain, and my time is running out on this video. But, my life was taken away from me. That's exactly how I feel. I know right now I'm looking at me with makeup on, and I think I got some of the swelling going down off my face, and I'm happy about that. But you've seen me the rest of the day in the other video, and what I look like during the rest of the day. I gotta go.